So this is what to buy and what not to buy in 2021. It's no exaggeration. It is 100% getting tougher to find high dollar items at thrift stores. There are numerous reasons for this, but it comes down to these two reasons. There are more people flipping, and there are less high dollar items making it to the floor. When I started flipping 7 years ago, there was maybe 7 cars in the parking lot. Now, there are 25 people that all wait in line that basically go to, here's the doors, they wrap all the way around the building. 25 people, all 6 feet apart, waiting to get in. And that's not even the people that are waiting in their cars still. I don't know if it's a lack of jobs or if it's, this idea that you could just like make a quick buck, like everyone's doing it on eBay, everyone's doing it on Facebook Marketplace. It's really not that easy. But in any event, there's no denying that thrifting has become mainstream. All you have to do is look at any Facebook Marketplace or any garage sale group, and you can see just how saturated the market has become. The days of finding gold rings and necklaces, those days, at least in my area where I'm at, are absolutely gone. Most places, most big chain stores like Savers, Goodwill, Salvation Army, they don't even sell them. They're, you might get a silver necklace at Salvation Army, but you're not going to find anything. There's jewelry doesn't even make it to Goodwill. That stuff goes straight online. And I'm not saying that you won't find any of them, because you do. You find some of them at the smaller places. But you won't be buying sterling plates, the candlesticks, gold jewelry every day. A lot of us used to make our money. You could, make a living basically buying silver and jewelry. And now, that's just not going to happen. You're not going to be able to do that in 2021. Flipping video games? No. Everything like that, everything that's easy, all the low-hanging fruit, they'll know about it now. It's gone. Like, you're not going to do that. You might find one here and there, but you're not going to make a living doing it. So you can be like a lot of people, and you can bitch and moan that all the thrift stores are getting more greedy. Yes and no. They have the goods, and we want the goods, right? And it all comes down, it's our fault. We let this happen. We let them know how much money we were making. All of us that have been around for a while, we let on to how much they were letting slip out. And they became wise to it. Again, I'm not saying that you're not going to find any of these. I do still find some, but not the rate I was finding them before. But the good news is that it's up to you. You can still make a living buying and selling on eBay. You just need to educate yourself. You need to become more aware of what else is out there. So you can there's 2 camps. There's one that bitches and moans, and they join some sort of, eBay forums, and they start complaining that, the thrift stores are greedy, there's not enough stuff, there's too many people, this, that, eBay fees are up, and this, and blah, 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 blah. There's 100 million things to bitch about. Or you can just get smarter. You can just start thinking about what else is out there. What are they missing? What are they not focusing on? What is everyone going for that other people aren't? You won't hear Walmart execs whining because they overbought, Fortnite figures, and the market turned south on them, right? Kids aren't buying the Fortnite figures anymore, at least some. My kids aren't. They don't bitch about that. They move on to the next best thing. They find what else is new, what is going to be the next big seller. So that's what you need to do. That's what I do, right? So here are 5 things that I buy that I really look for. These are the 5 things that I love to look for. It's my go-to. And here's 5 things that I just wouldn't even touch. I wouldn't touch with your money. So let's start off with the don'ts, right? I personally don't even look. So there's a section when I go in DVDs, DVDs and books. I won't go near that. Absolutely not. I would never even think about that. The amount of wasted time that you have to find. First of all, we don't even know where you're going to sell DVDs anymore. You used to be able to sell them on Amazon. Now I think the last I heard, which was a few years ago, is that you need to be, you need to be grandfathered in, or I don't really don't know. I don't sell on Amazon. And I damn sure I've tried selling a few of my own DVDs, and then you got to find ones that aren't scratched, and the amount of time and effort that goes into that is better spent doing anything else. Get a real job. If you want to waste your time doing that, you might as well just get a 9-to-5 job. I mean, that's what that is. You're going to sit there, you're going to click, you're going to go through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these just trying to scrape by. Yeah, so books and DVDs, no thank you. Next, video games. Don't even look at them. Absolutely not. There's so many people, when I walk in there, when there's, you get to know people when you're waiting in those lines for it to open. And there's at least 2 or 3 young guys that wait there, and they're all competing with each other. You know the people that are there, you know what they're going for, because when those doors open, you all go to your spot, all right? Me, the first spot I go to is the Sterling section. Do I make $1 million there? No. That's just what I personally enjoy to find. I like finding sterling silver. I have a huge collection. I love it. And then I move on to other things. But these guys go straight for the video games and the toys, but video games mainly. Because all the places they know this. It's very easy to look up the name of a title on a video game and how much it is, and they put the price on it. That's what the thrift stores do. They're not leaving money on the table for you and me. Right? And if it doesn't sell there, then they send it down the line, and then it goes into some sort of a bin. And you won't catch me at a fucking bin. Oh my god, it's like my nightmare. Next up, clothes and shoes. I'm just gonna combine these two. Clothes and shoes. When I first started, it's like the easiest thing because there is just so much clothes and shoes. They're everywhere. They're absolutely everywhere. You will find, t-shirts galore. I used to, when I first started 7 years ago, I used to buy t-shirts, like band t-shirts, Harley shirts, and you used to be able to make decent money at it. But now that I've been doing this for a while, I won't go near that. There is so many. It's the low-hanging fruit again. If, you can find a good t-shirt every once in a while, but chances are you're wasting your time. Not to mention they smell, you gotta store it, they don't sell for a long time, they just sit there and take up space. Oh, and not to mention, it just grosses me out. I don't buy any sort of clothing that there could be things hiding in at all. There's just no way. Yeah, so in any event, stay away from clothes and shoes. You can buy the shoes, but you get every once in a while you buy a pair of shoes, they sit around for a year, and by the time you sell them, the customer gets them, the sole falls off, you're taking a return, you're eating the cost. Not only did you store that thing for a year or more, when I first started, you used to buy so a while back, I used to buy a lot of Ferragamos. Ferragamos were like the in shoe. I don't know if they sell anymore because I don't look at them. I don't go near them. I bought, 20 pair. I sold 15. I have 5 sitting around for the next 4 years. No, thank you. Next, puzzles. If you're buying puzzles, there's something wrong with you. There's no way that I would sit and take my time to go through those puzzles to make sure that every single piece is there. And what inevitably would happen is someone would buy it, they'd say there's a piece missing, and I'd refund them. And it would just be a cycle. I'd find them, I'd buy them. I wouldn't go through them. I'm not going to go through all that. That's insane. What, I'm going to count 500 pieces? No way. Last but not least in the don't section, electronics across the board. Do not touch electronics. You got people that are making a killing off of those, like the big amplifiers or the receivers or all that kind of stuff. All it takes is someone to say it's damaged, and it's over with. and then you shipped all that money, you're eating a shipping charge, which is easily $40, and on the low end. If I live in the Chicagoland area, and if I ship something like that over to California, you're easily 40, $50 to ship that there. That's, and the vast majority of the time that I would sell something, something would go wrong, or they wouldn't want it, or there'd be this or that or some other thing, and I just stay away from them all across the board. Mainly the big ones, but electronics, any kind of electronics, I just will not touch. Any sort of electronics, I just absolutely stay away from. It's too easy for them to say something goes wrong. The closest thing to electronic that I sell is a battery operated watch. Closest thing, and I sell a lot of watches. All right, let's go over to things like the reason you're probably here is what do I look for when I go in there? So when I first walk in the store, I go straight for the silver section. Anyone that's in there that's going to go there after me or in the same time as me is going to see what I'm looking for. Anything that says sterling, it's got a little zigzag mark on it, the assay mark, any of that kind of stuff. I'm quick, grab it, move on to the next. So first up that I buy, paperweights. Absolutely, it's one of those things that collectors are still buying. People are still collecting paperweights. Not the Chinese one. I mean, you can still sell the Chinese ones for 10, 12, $15. You can get away with those ones that are unsigned, whatever like that. But you find a decent paperweight. I mean, even the cheap ones, you're looking at somewhere around 40, $60. All right, so this one here, this is kind of a decor thing, but still I throw it into the paperweight section. It's a Mats Johansson. I'm not really sure how to say this, but you find this ones quite a bit. You find this Mats Johansson quite a bit, and they sell for decent money. I know I had it listed for 90. I don't think it sold for 90 though. I think it sold for somewhere around 60. I'm not too sure. Next, I have a pewter chow dog. That one sold for somewhere around 40, 45 or something like that. These are all, by the way, for the past 90 days. And this one was $62, and this is a nice one. This is not like top of line. I've got a few on my store for 200, maybe 300. I'm not quite sure where they are, but I know I've got a few of them for at least $200. This one, Robert Held Art Glass Heart paperweight, just sold the other day for 60 some odd dollars. That's not bad. Another thing I want to mention really quick is that I don't buy things for tons. Like, I don't put a lot of money out there. My goal is to spend as little as possible. So everything I buy, I would say that 99% of the things that I buy are $1.99 or less. And nothing that I buy, very, very, very few things. I have to know exactly what it is. If it's, a high dollar watch or a piece of gold, because I do buy silver and gold from a few different stores. But the vast majority of things I buy are $1.99 or less. And at the high end is $4.99, because a few of the stores are switching over to, instead of $1.99, they're now doing $4.99 as their base price. But like I said, so if I'm spending $1.99 and I'm turning over $60, that's a great profit. Next up, I've got sunglasses, and I don't think I pulled any of those up here. Oh, I did. I pulled a few. So I got Jimmy. So I buy tons of sunglasses, not just sunglasses. I buy eyeglasses as well. A lot of the ones that you find are going to have prescription lenses in them, because if they don't, places like Goodwill or Savers are going to know what they have. They're going to put it up there, and they're not going to be $1.99 anymore. They're going to be more like $15, $20. And I'm not buying $15, $20 lenses or glasses with scratch lenses. $1.99, sure. You'll buy them for parts all day long. All right, so these ones here are Jimmy Choo's. They sold, I don't remember exactly how much. I think it was 60, but I don't know. On here it says 69, doesn't tell me the exact amount beforehand. These, another good brand, Parasol. These nice sunglasses, they sold for 100 and something. And What else? Do we have any other ones? Oh, I do. Alright, so these are the iconic Hunter S. Thompson 1970s Ray-Ban Ambermatic sunglasses. These ones were in excellent condition. I actually have 2 pair right now. I have one more on my site. This one sold for $250. The next one up is fragile items, and I'm going to put, this is going to encompass anything from plates, chinas, soup tureens. So you can get, you can buy those for $4.99 for an antique soup tureen, and turn around and it's a $250. You could find gigantic wash basins that go for anywhere between to 150 to maybe 700, 800 bucks. I know I have one up there for 900. But those are, and most people aren't looking at those. You have to find things that people are looking at. The stores, they don't want to take it, and they don't want to put it onto, the Goodwill doesn't want to take it and load it onto a truck and then ship it because it's going to break. And they don't want to have the hassle of break. So a lot of this stuff just goes on the floor, and you're going to find them for $4.99. Plates, antique plates, anywhere from $1.99 to $2.99. Teapots, that kind of stuff. Anything that's like porcelain, pottery, or china you're going to find some good money there. These are Minton. Minton is a very good name. You should definitely know Minton. There was a lot of knockoffs, so familiarize yourself with the marks. These were 6 small plates. These were like 6-inch. I don't know if they were bread plates or whatever, but I think they're too small for luncheon plates. But I think they're little bread plates, 6 inches. A group of 6 of them sold for $100. Here we go. The next one up is this one sold, I think, I don't know if it's 4 or 5 days ago, maybe a week. It's an antique crystal lighter. I mean, this thing is super heavy and so solid, and it sold for $100. Next up, we have this guy, Andrew Shea Art Glass perfume bottle. This guy makes really high-end glass art, and some of these originally, if you buy them new, this can go for $1,500 brand new. I don't know who's buying a $1,500 perfume bottle, but someone is. I sold mine for $140. Last but not least, in the fragile section, this one sold for, I don't know if it was $800. I know it says $1,500, but I think I sold it for $800. It's a vintage Chinese teapot by Master Potter, and it's got 6 little cups. Yeah, keep your eyes out for the teapots. It's really hard to I got really lucky. I bought a few of these, and this one just happened to be, sometimes you just get lucky, and that is what it is. I just happened to get lucky with this one, and $800. Alright, we got, my favorite, this is where I go to after silver, is knickknacks. And that's like anything that's small. You're talking anywhere from, 25 cents up to $1.99. You're talking like little spoontique figures. I don't really buy spoontiques, so just the name. Like little pewter figures, or anything that's like little or collectible. You put them in. I have one I'll show you here in a minute. But alright, so here's my little knickknack thing. I've actually had that little British dude since I was a child. There's a little finial in there. That little glass jar has 2 bullets. This is the first time me and my wife went and shot guns. It's pretty cool. That little guy in there, let's see if I can focus on. The little Buddha guy, my brother got me when I got my first car when I was 16. That's a little sterling silver, I don't know if it looks like a little Mexican dude carrying some buckets. And I just love that guy. Love sucks. I buy tons of them. That's where I have these. Right behind me is a 27-gallon bin, and I just fill it to the top with these things, and when I sell, I just pull them out, and they get to go. But again, I sell tons of little knickknacks. I don't buy a lot of the pewter spoons or the silver spoons. I buy sterling silver spoons, but that's just to ship out to get melted down. But yeah, little trinkets, little what is it called? Lucite or acrylic. They got like little, I don't know, it's like hollowed out, so when you have it against the light, it has like a little picture behind it. Tons and tons of knickknacks. You know, people still like to buy them. They still put them up. And every once in a while you get lucky. You find like a nice little Murano glass one. I just have a Swarovski. It's a pair of birds sitting in my truck right now. But I bought them yesterday, and I paid, I don't know if it was $1 or $1.99. They're $150. It's a little guy like this. They're Kingfisher Swarovski little knickknack. Nice little decor. That's another thing, decor. But wasn't gonna put this on here. But decor, I buy tons of antiques just for, people like to put it on there for like their, to make their house feel more country-esque, or, old school. You get the old coffee grinders you used to find, you put them on the wall, or the sugar, the things you put the sugar in. Tons of them. I buy tons of that kind of stuff. Anything metal, any old metal. People love old metal, old cast iron, this, that, those little match safes, where you take the little matches and you load them up with matches. Or even better is candle holders, olden wooden candle holders, but it's got to show its age. It can't just be like, I don't know what that restoration hardware. It's not like, you don't want to buy stuff that looks old but is actually new. You want to make sure that whatever you're selling is old. Alright, so lastly, hands down, my favorite thing to buy that no one is looking for except me, brooches. I buy so many brooches. I have one of these 27-gallon bins completely full of brooches. We're talking hundreds and hundreds of brooches. There's not a lot of people buy them, but it is a niche market, and not a lot of people are, when you're out there at the thrift stores, they're left behind. No one's looking at it. Those little pin backs, that kind of stuff, they're all over the place. And they buy tons of them because not a lot of people, not a lot of young people that are going there, they don't think that anyone wears them. And I mean, let's be honest, most people don't wear them, but there is still people that wear them. This is a vintage Don Lynn signed multicolor heart brooch. This sold for, I don't know if it was $50 or $60. I know it says 63, but I don't know what it actually sold for. I think it was 50 or 60. This one here is an antique sterling silver garnet brooch. This is actually really cool. I think I undersold this one, but it's just nice to have it out the door. I had it for at least 3 years. I think 2 or 3 years, somewhere around there. Next, Trifari. This one had the crown over the T. This one sold for, again, I don't remember if this one sold for $70 or $90. I don't remember. I don't think it was 90. But it was a decent profit because, again, I'm buying them for 99 cents. And if some of them are just getting like a big old jar, and then you're paying, pennies for these things. Here we go. We got a Morena Mixed Media. This one, I've had 3 of her brooches. Each one has sold for over $60. Morena, she's got a little thing on the back that says Morena. If you look them up, you'll know them when you see them. It's like Patricia Locke. You know it when you see it. If you know the name, you know her style. David Yurman, Cable, that kind of stuff. You know it, you see it. Here's one. This one sold just the other day for this one was 130 some odd bucks. Dorothy Bauer. This is just some rhinestone cactus. It's just people don't know this kind of stuff. They don't look at brooches and see value, and that's what you need to look for. You need to find things that people are not looking for, and that is where you're going to make your money. Alright, thanks for watching.